So now I'm going to do another practice problem for the Z interval that we've been looking at. So an instructor wants to make an estimate on the average study hours of their statistics course. They survey 15 students and get the following data. So you can see here I have the 15 data points and they range from 3 to 8. There is a known standard deviation of 2 hours. The population distribution is assumed to be normal. Construct a 90% confidence interval for the population mean time for study hours and answer the questions below. So the first question is, what is the population standard deviation? Well, I know it is 2 hours because the problem says it. It says it's a known one, and remember, if it's known, we consider it the population standard deviation. So then it asks, what's the sample mean and the sample size? Well, I know the sample size is 15 people, or students, so we'll just call them students, but I don't know the sample mean. Well, Minitab will help me do that. And the next thing I can answer before I go to Minitab is, what's my confidence level? I'm doing 90%. All right, so I need to take this data and I need to put it in Minitab. So if I go over to Minitab, you can see here I've already put the data in. And I named it study hours just to make my life easier because I have other data from the other section. So now I know I had pop quizzes here and now I have study hours. So I'm going to go to Stats, Basic Statistics, One Sample Z-Test. So I use summarized data in the last practice problem. Now I'm going to do samples. And I have pop quizzes in here from before. So all I'm going to do is highlight it and hit delete because I don't want anything else in there. So I'm going to go click on study hours since my data changed. And I know that my known standard deviation is 2. I need to go to options. And it says 95%, and that was from my old one. So because I want a 90%, I'm going to put 90 here. And then I hit OK. And then I hit OK. All right. So I've got my data. And to make my life easier, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to put it here in my Word doc. Oops, it didn't do it. So let me do it one more time to show you. I'm going to do here, and it'll say copy as a picture. So I'm going to copy as a picture, and hopefully it'll come back over for me. And there it is. Look, so then I don't have to toggle back and forth. So again, my population standard deviation was 2. My sample mean is 5.4. Why? Because it says right here, 5.4. And I even get the sample standard deviation was 1.242, but I don't need it for this. So my lower bound was 4.551 because it's right here. My upper bound is 6.249. All right. And if I want to check my confidence level, look, here's 90%. I always want to make sure this right here, that 90%, is the same as what's in my problem. If I do a 95 or a 99, I might get a different result. All right, so I have all of my information. So now I need to do my error bound margin. So I'm going to do 5.4, which was my sample mean that I got, minus 4.551, which is my lower bound. So I'm going to do 5.4 minus 4.551, and I get 0.849. All right. Or remember, I can do an or and do 6.249 minus, 5.4. So what do I get from that? I do 6.249 minus 5.4. And guess what? I get 0.849. So again, my error bound margin is 0.849. Okay. So I've answered all my questions. So I'm successful, and I can answer that I'm 90% confident that it's going to fall between 4.551 and 6.249.